Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be making a ring out of 904L stainless steel. And if you didn't know, this is a really special alloy that's used by the highest end watch manufacturers in the world. And that's because it has some really amazing properties. And the first one is its corrosion resistance. So you can go in the saltiest of oceans or even some pretty insane acids and this thing will remain unscathed. So it's really impressive in that way. It's really similar to a noble metal like this 24 karat gold piece I have here. So it's got the corrosion resistance of a noble metal while also remaining incredibly durable. So that just makes it super special. And then at the same time, it can also take a higher polish than a regular stainless steel would. So you can get this gorgeous mirror finish on this and it's going to stay that way because again of that corrosion resistance as well as that hardness. So it's a really awesome material. It's going to make for a wonderful ring, but it does come at an expense, and the first one is literal. The cost of this is incredibly high, just the material itself, and then to machine it, it's really difficult. So I'm pulling out all the stops for this. I'm going to be using, these are cobalt drill bits that are very tough, very durable, as well as a tungsten carbide center drill. And then the rest of my tooling is all going to be tungsten carbide. So this is going to be a challenging ring to make, and I want to make it to some very precise and accurate specifications. So this will certainly be a challenge, but this ring is going to be absolutely phenomenal when we're done with it. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, first I need to cut a blank off of the main rod. So to do that, I'll use my metal bandsaw. And because it is 904L stainless, it does take quite a while to get through, but I just use plenty of lubricant and pretty soon we're able to get ourselves this blank. And then I'll quickly use my belt sander and we'll just get rid of any of the rough edges on there. Next, I need to bore a hole through the center. So to do that, I'll be using my tungsten carbide center drill. That just gives me a good spot for my cobalt drill bits to come in and bore the initial hole. Once I get the hole large enough, I'm able to switch over to my tungsten carbide tipped boring bar, and I just use that to continue to widen the hole up until I'm just a millimeter or two away from hitting the final size that I want. That gets it to the size where I can fit it onto an expanding ring mandrel, and then later I can worry about the final sizing and getting that all precise. Then I'll quickly face off the front and back side of the blanks. That gets our blank perfectly parallel and makes sure that our ring is perfectly symmetrical. Now again, I'm using tungsten carbide as my lathe bit of choice. It really helps me power through the tough material, but even with the tungsten carbide, I still have to replace the blanks every so often because again, this material is just kind of a pain to work with. Now I've got it to the final outer diameter that we'll use. So now it's time to go ahead and add the bevels. So I'll switch over to my angled bits and add those. And throughout this whole process, I'm being very careful to make this whole ring very precise. This should be a perfectly symmetrical and perfectly machined ring when we're done. Now it's time to begin the sanding process. This will get rid of any of the rough machining marks. But because I don't want to get rid of those nice and sharp bevels that we put onto it, I'm going to be backing my sandpaper with this steel block. That just helps me retain the nice crisp edges that we've got going here. Now let's do the final sizing to the inside of the ring. To do that, I'm going to clamp my Fordham tool in place on my lathe tool post. That'll help me get a very precise, rounded comfort finish to this ring. Once it's to the final size I want and rounded the way I like, I switch over to some final abrasive Dremel bits and go all the way through every single grit until I'm left with a really nice surface finish. Then it's time to break out some of my Patrick Adair Supplies polish and give it that perfect final gloss finish that we need. Now for the exterior, I'm going to switch over to my buffing wheel and just do a very thorough job. I use a medium grit polish as well as a very fine polish to give the ring a perfect mirror finish. Now in order to match the look that is done on most watches, I'm going to give it a brushed finish on just the top surface. Everywhere else I'm going to leave perfectly glossy. The brushed finish on the top will really help to hide scratches, but everywhere else on the ring is a lot less prone to getting scratched, so we can leave that a perfect mirror polish. This is what's typically done on high-end watches. And again, I'm using this steel block here to sand only the parts of the ring that I want, just that top surface. Now with that, the ring is finished, and as you can see in these shots, this ring looks gorgeous. It's amazing. The finish that it has on it is just so nice. That brush finish just gives off such a nice reflectivity, and then just that mirror polish all over the rest of it just looks beautiful. So very happy with the way this ring turned out. But now let's go ahead and do an example. I wanted to show you some of the special traits the material has. So I've got some nitric acid here. I'm making a solution of 90% alcohol to 10% nitric acid, and I've got a meteorite ring that I've made earlier that I'm going to compare that to. So we're going to dunk them both in the same acid, and you can see the acid just eats away at that meteorite. And if you didn't know, meteorite is mostly iron, so it's just eating that away, whereas the 904L steel ring remains completely unscathed. And when we're done here, I'm going to pull it out and we'll show you just how perfect the ring stayed. So here you can see the results. You can see just so much of that meteorite was eaten away. But the 904L ring, it's perfectly unscathed. It still has a perfect mirror finish, as well as that brush finish on top. Everything about it remains intact. So what an amazing material. The polish that it takes as well is just miles above what you could get out of a traditional stainless steel. So I just think this looks really amazing. And what we're left with is a beautifully crafted, minimalist ring that'll pair perfectly with any watch. All right, that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in purchasing one of the rings, I'll have a link to my website in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.